Best in the business.
Ego. The ego.
That's ego.
Ego hit y'all with another one.
Cybernetic Systems, Darrell Valsaint. Your clothes, your boots, give them to me. Yeah, who do you die? Yeah. Canelo Alvarez, his sparring partner, is officially leaked by Boxing Ego. Ahead of his fight with Terence Bud Crawford, Canelo has enlisted the services of a young, black, tall, powerful, undefeated southpaw. And in this video, I'm going to break down what you need to know. So stay tuned to this video. Now, I've already made a video talking about another one of Canelo's sparring partners, right? It's a fighter that works with Freeway Ricky Ross, the original Ricky Ross. He reposted my video on social media. But now I got some information. I've actually had this information, but I'm just now getting around to making my video about it from Skynet. Your boy Ego has obtained everything you want to know. And I want to give you guys some background on the kid. Here's a photo of them in the gym. You can see he way bigger than Canelo Alvarez, which is good, right? And we'll go over some of the metrics and stats in this video. So it should be, it should be a good one. Now, what I like from this is Canelo has been in the game so many years, right? And to still be top level after 15 plus 20 years or whatever, it's something to really celebrate. Because how many guys, like, I'm not trying to diss nobody, but Edgar Berlanga, his name has been hot for how long? And he's already taken a second very bad loss to Hamza Shiraz. And now he's claiming that he cheated and stuff like that. So it's hard to stay on top in a sport like boxing. Boxing is a mean, grueling, and brutal sport, and there is no forgiveness in the sport of boxing. In Japan, they just lost 2 fighters from the same card. Rest in peace to both those fighters. I posted about it on my social media, and, it's a gentleman's sport, but it's a rough sport. So Canelo Alvarez, to be on top, is impressive. And he's fighting a fighter who's older than him, Terence Crawford, but he's atop of most people's pound-for-pound list. He's at least in the top 5. I know some people have shuffled around with Usyk and Inoue and different fighters like that. But most people who know anything about boxing, they respect Crawford's art. He's a special fighter. And Canelo needs to prepare in the best way possible for such a talented fighter. This guy is undefeated. He's black. And he's American. And this style, like more so the American style, has given Canelo problems, right? You have the Cuban style in Erislandy Lara, but then as far as like everybody that gave Canelo fits minus Golovkin, because Golovkin had his own kind of thing going, but he had a lot of strong attributes, a great jab and great power, great chin. So he had a lot going for him. But there's some similarities in the other guys that gave him problems. Floyd Mayweather, Erislandy Lara, Dimitri Bivol, all the guys I mentioned can box. So it's good to see Canelo working with the youth. And I'm sure this is a lot of information for his opponent. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I will reveal who this guy is that you've seen at the beginning of this video and give you a little bit more data points on him so you know who Canelo's worked with. But you got to stay tuned to the end of the video. I got to talk my talk, run them numbers up. If you like this type of content, informative, entertaining, all that, I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Boxing and sports entertainment, I got you covered. Subscribe. So I like Canelo working with young fighters because he's going to need to have guys that can push him because, again, Crawford is no joke. Crawford is bulking up. I've made several videos about it, and he looks like he's taking it seriously. They had this little fracas. It looked kind of WWE to me, but we know Crawford is coming to try to win. That's his DNA. That's his nature. And I think that's what he will attempt to do. So it will be up to Canelo to show him moving up to this weight class was a mistake. Weight classes exist for a reason. So I really like what I'm seeing. Canelo getting young sparring partners in there. He probably is giving them advice and using them for their energy. It's like 50 Cent said in Hustler's Ambition when he said, I need you to hate so I can use you for your energy, right? He's using these younger fighters because Canelo was once the young, hungry fighter, right? And now he's using these younger fighters and sparring with them and working with them as he prepares for this. Now, I think there is something on the line for both fighters. Canelo, payday, you'll want the payday. I know that. And also Terence Crawford. But this, especially for Canelo Alvarez, he's not going to want to lose this fight because it's a smaller person. I think it'll be more embarrassing. Like, I don't give out participation trophies, so I'm not saying this is what I'm going to do. But we all know how the game goes. Crawford will be given the benefit of the doubt if he loses to Canelo, as far as he dared to be great and he took a chance and he came up short, and people are going to give him that participation trophy being the smaller man. However, Canelo Alvarez, he has no excuse to lose to an older and smaller guy. In fact, nobody that has come up to fight Canelo has beaten him. So really, Terence Crawford would be the first. And when I say that, let me add this caveat. Nobody younger than Canelo or nobody but Floyd Mayweather. He's the only person that kind of came from a lighter division and beat Canelo Alvarez, right? But Jermell Charlo couldn't. Amir Khan couldn't move up. You seen what happened. Khan was out. Khan was out of here. And Jose Cito Lopez, Shane Mosley, all these guys pretty much moved up to the division where Canelo was more certified, and none of them beat him. Again, Canelo's been fighting a lot of bigger guys for quite some time, and he looks in shape too. I got a video. Check that on the channel. So it should be a fight where pride is on the line. Now, let's talk about his sparring partner. This is his Instagram, Blast the Champ. So if you want to follow him, run his numbers up. He's at 13.3. Tell him Boxing Ego sent you. He is out of Florida. And here he is with Canelo Alvarez. I show you guys these pictures as well. And it says, in camp helping Canelo get ready for one of the biggest boxing matches in history, truly blessed, right? And you see other fighters like Berlanga, congratulating him. So he is actually put in work with Canelo Alvarez as one of his sparring partners. Now, when we're talking about stats, boom, I told you, stay tuned to the end of this video. I would have you guys covered. And here it is on the screen, right? So his opponent, and to be honest, I had a lot of these stats at the beginning of the video with my intro, but his name is Darrell Valsaint. He has a record of 13-0, undefeated fighter. 11 of those 13 wins came by way of knockout. So his knockout percentage is just under 85%. It's 84.62. He just started, so he's young, right? He's 23 years old. He fights at the super welterweight division, and he just turned pro the year of the pandemic. He's young. He's from Florida, and he's 23, as I mentioned. Now, what I do like, since he is preparing for Terence Crawford, the bottom line is this dude is not going to have the experience of a guy like Terrence Crawford. That's just not going to happen. But what I do like, what he can offer is youth and hunger, and he's young. He's much younger than Crawford and Canelo, and he's a southpaw. So this is very deliberate. We know that Bud Crawford is a switch hitter. He's ambidextrous. He can fight from both stances. In my personal opinion, Bud be getting touched up sometimes in orthodox. I think he's really a better southpaw fighter, right? And right-handers sometimes have problems with that. But what I do like are these particular stats. He's 185 centimeters, aka 6'1", and he's a southpaw. So this kid is big framed, bigger than Crawford in terms of probably his reach and definitely his height. And he's younger than Crawford. Now, again, experience, power, and like how you're getting the shots off. Crawford's a master. He's a tactician. He's a technician. He's a magician. So he's not going to be able to offer that. But in sparring, nobody is going to emulate your opponent 100%. Like, you can do what you want, but there's no other Manny Pacquiao. So if you're fighting Pacquiao like Mario Barrios, there's nobody that can give you the exact experience, chin, heart, power, cardio, and every particular, attribute that Pacquiao possesses. So your job in sparring is pretty much get somebody who can give you some good work and push you through your paces, and also give you somebody that can, do their best to mimic or emulate. And it's like a drill, you know what I mean? And go through that. So getting a southpaw, somebody bigger, somebody who's young cats throw a lot of punches a lot of times. It's like the NBA. When Kobe first came in the league, or when anybody first come in the league, if they got bounced, they're dunking. You get older, your knees, wear and tear, body being sore, some of them dunks fizzle out. So it's good for, a person like Canelo to get somebody who's young and big and hungry. And what I do know about boxing, being in so many gyms and stuff over the years, is some of these guys want to make a name. So if they can even do good against a legend like Canelo Alvarez in sparring, that becomes a certificate. That becomes like a badge of honor. Like, man, I gave Canelo a tough sparring session. People said I did good. So when you're a person the status of a Crawford or a Canelo or a Floyd Mayweather, you always got them young cats in the gym who are going to try to make their name or make their name bigger off of your clout. And that's by doing well with you. Some people take it to another level, and some people kind of hold back a little because they don't want to get kicked out. There's more knowledge and potentially money getting paid and stuff if you keep it cool and stay in camp. But I've seen it both. I've seen some people, some cats, where they come in trying to make a statement and hurt the champion or the legend. I'm not saying that's what this kid did, but in general, if I had to make a generalization from what I've seen, people will, the younger fighters, they're trying to do good, and throw a lot of punches and stuff like that. So I think this is probably very good work for Canelo Alvarez. Again, it's not Crawford, but then again, who is Crawford? There's no one that really fights exactly like Crawford and has all of his best attributes, all his weaknesses, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see. September 13th, let me know what you guys think. And that's what really happened. Darrell Valsaint, shout out to him. I'll be checking for him. He fought on Pro Box. Again, 85% knockout ratio approximately. And he's been summoned to the Canelo camp for the Crawford fight. We'll see what happens September 13th. For more breakdowns in boxing just like this, I'm only getting better, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.